I can't believe I was muted. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is October 22nd, 2025. It is currently 10:30 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. I apologize for being muted in the very beginning. So what I was saying is in the intro there is that Melodee Buzzard, 9-year-old girl, has been missing for weeks out of her Vandenberg Village, California area. And the mother is uncooperative. The community is furious, and the investigators are tight-lipped. How in the world does a child vanish off the radar and the mother not sound the alarm? We're going to be breaking down if anyone dropped the ball and why the community is obviously demanding answers. In the last little bit, we have learned that Melodee's mother, who has today tried to get another rental car. Tried to get another rental car today. Crazy. Crazy. A lot to talk about, guys. But guys, before we get started, if you don't mind, my live chat and my replay crew, how are you? Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate it. Also, share the live out for extra bonus points and 10 years of good luck. All right. Maybe she was trying to go back to get her daughter. Well, all she would have to do is tell the police. I think you would remain cooperative, though, wouldn't you? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Lot to talk about. Lot to talk about. Okay, so for those of you that are not familiar with this case, okay, let me just break it down for people that's going to watch this video that has no idea about this case or whatever. Okay, so 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard, beautiful, just the sweetest, cutest little gal right here you've ever seen. Beautiful little gal. She's missing and been missing for quite some time. They live in a quiet California community. Nothing, not a high crime area or anything. But since early October, the little girl has been missing. And what's even harder to believe is nobody realized it until the school realized that she hadn't done any of her work, nothing had been turned in, and all of that. So Melodee was enrolled in an independent studies program. This means she was she wasn't attending a traditional classroom every day, but the school kept in touch with her remotely. But after weeks without assignments or check-ins, the school administrator finally flagged her absence. Otherwise, we wouldn't know probably Melodee was missing today. That's when deputies went to their home and discovered Melodee was nowhere to be found. Authorities traced her last confirmed contact as early October. She was reportedly with her mother, Ashley Buzzard, on a trip as far as Nebraska in a rental car. Now we know that they went to Nebraska, but Melanie, somewhere along that trip, never came back. Once the case opened, the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office launched searches. They canvassed the neighborhood and they tried to retrace the rental car route. But again, things took a turn. Investigators say Melodee's mother has been uncooperative. That's the word you're going to hear a lot in this case so far. Ashley Buzzard, authorities are saying, which is Melodee's mother, has been uncooperative. No consistent timeline she's given, no clear answers to anything. And every day that passes, where is Melodee? The community, Vandenberg community, has been amazing. They have been doing everything, demanding, where is Melodee? Neighbors have been out searching, sharing flyers, uh, asking the tough questions as well. The people are obviously they're demanding transparency as much as possible. And people seem like they're frustrated that they're not getting as much information as what they want. Um, and this is kind of where there's multiple factors in this. I don't think we should place blame on anyone at this point, because the school, uh, they didn't see Melodee every day, and I think that they did the best they could, in my opinion. Uh, the real question is, why isn't Ashley Buzzard speaking about her daughter? Um, so here we go. We're going to get into it. Guys, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Yes, that thank you for mentioning that in 9 in 4. Appreciate that. Yes, Melodee's father died in a bike accident several years ago. He is not alive. Sherry Lynn, thank you so much, my love, for gifting a pearl necklace. Really do appreciate you, my dear. Good to see you. If you receive that, make sure you thank Sherry Lynn if you receive that pearl necklace. Thank you so much, Miss Sherry Lynn. Okay. All right. Whew, here we go. A lot to talk about. Um, it does appear that Miss Ashley is kind of dressed incognito today. This is her walking out of a budget rental car. Yes. Um, she's, I guess she thinks she's incognito here. She's not. She's not. Listen, there is too many people that's got eyes on you, Miss Buzzard, and people have been outside of her house the entire time. So yes, she was Ashley walking out of the budget rental office after she struck out on her chance to rent a car, partially due to being pursued through court over a string of unpaid credit card debts. Now, that is another factor in this case. Hello, Darcy. That's another factor in this case, right? There was a lot of financial debt, hardships going on in the house. Okay. Um, it's amazing. I just something is really, really wrong here. Why hasn't she been arrested? Good question. Uncooperative California mom breaks cover while attempting to rent a vehicle as deadline to revere whereabouts missing in her 9-year-old looms. She has been given a deadline. Now, very similar, like in the Lori Vallow Daybell. Lori Vallow was given a deadline. You show where your kids are, JJ and Tylee, in that case, or you're going to jail. Is she trying to run here? What do you guys think? Why is she trying to rent a car as the deadline approaches? Abigail says she also had a son that was taken away prior to CPS granted custody to the father. Bingo. Yep. So we're going to get into that. There was alleged multiple CPS visits and police coming to her home prior to Melodee vanishing. And we're going to get into that. Also, yesterday, CPS was allegedly out to their home. As you see here, CPS worker was coming out. The uncooperative mom of a missing California girl, Melodee Buzzard, has been seen for the first time since police launched an investigation into her daughter's disappearance. In a bizarre sequence of events, Ashley Buzzard, who's 40 years old, was seen repeatedly attempting to rent a car in Santa Maria, a town approximately 20 miles from her modest 3-bedroom home in La Ponte, California. Executive Daily Mail photos show how the mom of the 9-year-old was picked up by a friend in a black Lincoln sedan earlier on Wednesday morning and driven to the branch of Budget and then an airport Avis location. Buzzard, who was being pursued by the courts over a string of unpaid credit card debts, was denied a rental at both and eventually returned home. I think that is the biggest blessing. I think that's the biggest blessing. Now, they can track rental cars where they are and stuff, but you can take it to a place and then ditch the car, and God only knows where you're at. Right? I know, what a mom, right? Yeah. A car containing a social worker screeched up at the house moments after she arrived. According to neighbors, but Buzzard once again refused to answer the door. She would not answer the door, y'all, for the CPS workers, everyone knowing that she is inside. Everyone knowing. Hey, Sharon, Linda, Mallory, be in Florida. Man, Buzzard has repeatedly refused to answer questions about Melanie's whereabouts and has spent most of the past week held up in her cream-painted cottage, ignoring visits from Child Protective Services, also known as CPS, DHS, and her daughter's extended family. Adding to her troubles, a neighbor told the Daily Mail that Buzzard was handed a notice on Monday that gave her 72 hours to produce Melodee or reveal her whereabouts or faced arrest. That was Monday. Well, it's almost Thursday. So I would look forward to an arrest being imminent. probably in the next few hours. It really is. It really is getting arrested. So, I yeah, they gave it to her Monday. Today's Wednesday. It's almost Thursday. So we're there. They gave her 72 hours. I think she was trying to run. Why the fuck else was you trying to get a car, lady? Get an Uber. That's all I can tell you. Right? I agree, Autumn. I agree. I agree. So there's that. Um, and in the sign that the clock was ticking down, Buzzard was shadowed by a fleet of 6 unmarked cop cars on her fruitless trip. The cops, they had 6 cop cars following. You ain't going anywhere, boo-boo. I don't care what wig you put on. I don't care what sunglasses you put on. I don't care if you put those crusty ass heels on again. You ain't going anywhere. You're gonna tell us where Melodee is. Beautiful little 9-year-old girl. 6. 6. So you can take your low budget heels back to your house and tell the cops where your daughter is. You drove more than halfway across the country, which means Melodee could be anywhere. Grandma, that's right. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Fifi. Mhm. Yeah, take your damn Timu heels, you Janie ass, ready ass girl. Take your heels back. Okay. All right. Look at here. You look like the fuck. Um, she's definitely trying to play it cognito. Mm. Baby, you got that wig or that hair just too gelled down. Good Lord. Is that her real hair? I think so. I think so. But she was rejected by 2 places, that she couldn't get a Oh, she got a little mace. Look at there. Oh, damn, look at her fingernails, guys. Boy, she's biting those mother chickens. Look at those fingernails. Holy Hefner. 1 second. Look at those fingernails. She ain't got any damn fingernails left. You see him? Can I zoom? Hold on. Look. She ain't gonna have any damn fingers left. Oh, yeah. I am certainly judging a mother who, doesn't wanna talk about where her kid is. Yeah. Her beautiful little daughter done had kids taken away allegedly in CPS. Won't answer the door. Where's she steal that iPad at? Well, more importantly, she ain't got any fingernails. How the hell is she touching that iPad? I'm actually JC. You changed your name. Crystal clear. Good to see, honey. Dad is dead. He died in a car accident. She has really nothing to do with the family. Yeah. Lots to go over, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Let's get it on it. Let's get on it. Um, Honey, just baby. Baby, baby, baby. Something's you know, she kinda reminds me of Katie. She kinda reminds me of Katie, doesn't she? She's trying way too hard, Justin. She's, yep. Yep, Sandy. She gives that, she gives the Katie vibes, right? It's the frizzy red hair and the really pale skin and just the trying way too hard, baby. Not in a good way of trying too hard either. And of course, where's Melanie? She didn't even know she left her garage door open the other day. It's acting like nobody was home. The fucking garage door was open for 2 days. So, police efforts to find Melody, who was reported missing by the school district, said last week that she failed to pick up her assignment for 2 months. They have ramped up in the last few days, the police have, with FBI announcing they have joined the search on Monday. Number one, Melody is under the age of 12 years old. FBI can get on that case. Also, there is believed to be not only interstate activity, interstate activity, meaning several different states that she has traveled through. The same day, cops announced that there had been a sighting of Melody on October 7th when her mother's white Chevrolet Malibu was caught on camera on the way to Nebraska, more than 1,500 miles away from her California home. Buzzard returned alone in her rental car and has since been uncooperative, steadfastly refusing to reveal where her 9-year-old is. Ashley Buzzard remains uncooperative and has not yet provided detectives with any information, zero, about Melody's current location or condition. The Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office said in a Monday statement, quote, the primary goal of this investigation is to verify the location and the welfare of Melodee Buzzard and ensure that she is safe, end quote. Buzzard was previously declared bankruptcy after amassing debts totaling $23,000, has given Melody uh, a solitary life that includes being homeschooled and almost no involvement with her extended family, according to Melanie's aunt, Elizabeth Meza. And again, it just goes to show you that homeschooling is a wonderful thing, can be a wonderful thing. But on the opposite side of that spectrum, it can be an abuser's paradise. And as we have seen so much just this year in these cases, it it certainly is an abuser's paradise with so many of these kids being homeschooled and just kept from society in general. Miss Karen, thank you so much, my dear. Good to see you. Love you, Miss Karen. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Miss Karen, and thank you so much for being a member here on the Pearl family. Good to see you, love. Miss Darcy Dars, good to see you, baby. This is sad, lol. I've been called many names, but I love the way you pronounce Darcy. Darcy. That's my southern accent, Darcy. How do I say it? Darcy? Dars. Darcy. Thank you, love. Appreciate you. Has her Malibu been located anywhere? It hadn't the other day. Hadn't the other day. Oh, thank you, Sadie. Okay. Here we go. Got a lot. Hey, Mohawk, Andrea, Roxy, Jossie, Sassy, Cassie. We got Sassy. We got Cassie up in here. How you doing? Look here. Here we go. Oops, hold on.
Of the sheriff's department. So this is a picture of the sheriff's department parked at my mom's neighbor's house. CPS came yesterday and wanted to do a welfare check on the 8-year-old girl. The lady would not let them in. They returned this afternoon around noon to do the welfare check with a signed
Be careful,
warrant.
Sarah. Be careful,
when they got there, there was nobody home. We checked the cameras. The lady fled in an Uber at 7 a.m. with no child with her. They spent all day after they broke into the door, and about 3:30-ish, which is about 3.5 hours after they got there, everybody left except for one squad car. We asked
I think the home is now considered a crime scene, if I'm correct on that.
Squad car what they're waiting on, and they said they are waiting for detectives to get there. I hope that it's not what I'm thinking, and that they do have the little girl alive, because at this point I really don't think that this little girl is alive anymore. It's really sad. I can tell you that she was always right next to the mom every single time that they left. The mom was very secluded. She wouldn't have people over. It was very
I mean, this is the thing. Family in Nebraska says they don't have Melodee. The mom, it's just mom and her. She's not saying where Melodee is. This mom has a lot of mental stuff going on, I've heard, allegedly. Something's not good. Something is really not good, guys. Your dog turned 15 years old. Congratulations. That's a good life. That's awesome. That's good. Oh my God, Karen. Thank you again. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, lovies. Appreciate you. You received one of those pearl necklaces. Make sure you give our gal Karen a big thank you. Thank you so much, Care, my little Care Bear. Appreciate your love. Good to see you, my dear. And really do appreciate you. Make sure you guys thank Miss Karen. Yep. We're gonna get to that, Sassy. I've already actually got that pulled up. Thank you for sending that. I do appreciate you. We're gonna get to that. It's bad. I know. We're gonna get to it. It's bad. Real bad.
Village on Mars Avenue. I'm right in front of the home of where Ashley Buzzard, who is Melodee Buzzard's mother, lives. And I just wanted to point something out that I saw earlier today while I was here and reporting. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick pause so I can flip the camera. In my earlier reports, I had pointed out that when community members came, there was 1, 2, 3, 4 posters that had been set up, and I'm gonna do a close-up here. This one says, "Where is Melodee? We won't stop looking for her, so show us where she is." This one also says, "Where is Melodee?" And the largest one here also with, "Where is Melodee?" When I was sitting in my car earlier, there was a lot of wind here in Vandenberg Village, and there's a little bit right now. You can see just how it kind of sways this one specific poster here. And as the wind continued to blow, I saw one of the posters just fly across the front lawn here. The poster that was there
Nancy.
flew across this.
I don't know how she was paying for anything if she didn't work. Yeah, I mean, they said she was in debt $32,000. I mean, I guess it depends on your income level, right? Because I mean, I think most people are in debt at least $20,000, $30,000 with something. But
Lawn and landed right in front of the home. And then landed facing up. Where is Melodee? I did talk to a private investigator looking into the whereabouts of Melodee Buzzard. And we talked about a lot of different things. One of them being, what does it mean when CPS and sheriff deputies arrive to a parent or guardian's home? I've been seeing CPS and sheriffs arriving here, trying to make contact with her, knocking on the
I
door,
love
shouting her
pugs.
name.
I have
We
a
also
pug.
talked
She's an
about what
old
it
girl.
means when the FBI is involved in a missing child's case like this one, and what that also means when the search now expands all the way to Nebraska. But I'm going to post that full report here so you guys can see, but I just wanted to give you guys that quick update and that visual of what I saw of that poster flying across the lawn.
Okay. Here we go. That's Nancy. We'll get to that in a second. This was... Okay, I read that. 1 second. Bear with me, y'all. This came out a little bit ago. So we do know that she traveled out of state and she did not come back with little Melodee. Let's see here. Nope. I mean, she was totally secluded. This child was totally secluded. Okay. Let me give you this right here. This was... Actually, let me pull this up and then I'll give you that. This is with the CPS. And again, guys, it's all of these kids that go missing. All of these kids that go missing, what happens? CPS. There's been abuse. They've lost kids in the past. It's almost like clockwork.
I'm Christopher Benez, your community reporter in Vandenberg Village.
She's done a really good
It's
job
now
on
been
this.
1 week since 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard was discovered missing. Authorities not giving up on making contact with the mother. CPS and sheriff's deputies coming to the house repeatedly to make that contact. The FBI now assisting. And what one private investigator tells me what that could mean next.
This is CPS workers.
I was there this week as CPS and sheriff's deputies were outside the Mars Avenue home of Melodee's mother, Ashley Buzzard. She did not answer the door. CPS eventually slid paperwork underneath it before leaving. I spoke with private investigator Bill Garcia. What does it typically signal when CPS does arrive to the parent or guardian's home during a missing persons investigation?
I've not seen that too often, to be honest. I've only seen that occur maybe 2 or 3 times in 34 years. So that's not that common.
Sometimes we receive reports from law enforcement, and they would ask us to accompany them. There's a number of reasons why child welfare may report to a home to assess safety of children. And a number of reasons why law enforcement may also be present. Again, there's typically collaboration on cases when necessary. But I can't say any specific reason.
The search for Melodee, now extending to Nebraska, was sparked on October 14th when school administrators reported her prolonged absence from an independent studies program. Investigators say while the home has been searched, Ashley has been uncooperative. With the FBI now assisting, Garcia says that allows authorities to gain faster access to cell phone data, vehicle tracking, and interstate records.
They have a much quicker turnaround than local law enforcement, who doesn't deal with that quite as quickly or as often.
On Tuesday, a neighbor showed me surveillance footage of Ashley taking out garbage that morning, confirming she was there. They did not want the video shared publicly. Garcia says any kind of video from neighbors is important to the case.
There's a good possibility that they would have seen both Ashley and the child leave and come back if they came back together. And law enforcement has that video.
One neighbor tells me she saw Melodee and her mother at a nearby park just 3 months ago.
Her little daughter, Melodee, was begging her to play. You know, rocking her mom, like, Mom, let's play. And then the mom, Ashley, was like distressed, like, no, right now, not right now, like just, rubbing her head.
I tried contacting Ashley last week after seeing her outside her home, but she did not respond. Authorities are continuing to treat this as an urgent case. If you have any information that could help locate Melodee, you're asked to contact authorities immediately. In Vandenberg Village, Crystal Bermudez, KSBY News.
She's doing really good reporting on this, the neighborhood reporting. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else going on about this. Yeah, entering the second week. One second. We know that she was alive the 7th.
I'm Crystal Bermudez, your community reporter in
Is this with the
I'm
grandma?
with KSBY.
Okay, watch this, guys, because this right here is with the grandmother. And she tells some stuff.
Year-old Melodee Buzzard was reported missing. On Monday, I sat down with her grandmother, who is speaking out publicly for the first time. She shares with me warning signs in Melodee's mother's mental health, and also shares a deeply personal message that she hopes her granddaughter will hear. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine.
My name is Crystal. Are you Lori?
Yes.
Hi, Lori. I'm with KSBY News. I've been following along. I can come inside. Lori Miranda says she first learned her granddaughter was missing when law enforcement called asking if she knew where the child was.
He said, "Did you know that your granddaughter was missing?" And I said, "Missing?" He goes, "When's the last time you talked to your daughter?" I said, "I don't know, 2 years, a year and a half ago."
The search for Melodee began last week when authorities were notified.
This is the mom, what's her name? Ashley Buzzard's mom.
About her extended absence from an independent studies program. Investigators say her mother, Ashley Buzzard, has not been cooperating and will not say where her daughter is. Miranda says Ashley's mental state had drastically declined since 2016, raising red flags around the time Melodee was 6 months old. Miranda said she was planning to drop by her daughter's house when Melodee was only an infant. That's when she got a call from authorities.
About 15 minutes later, a sheriff calls me. He says, "I'm at your daughter's house in Orchid, and I was just getting ready to take your granddaughter Melodee with me to CPS because we're getting ready to take your daughter to the hospital."
When Miranda arrived, she says the house was a mess.
Couldn't believe it was my daughter. I mean, the house was in disarray. There were raw eggs in pans. There was rotten food in the fridge that I think she was trying to give my granddaughter.
Still, she claims Ashley struggles mentally.
Everybody's dragging her around when she should be at the hospital. And you should be talking to her there instead of everybody rattling her cage and then trying to act like they're trying to help.
In this latest investigation involving...
Well, I mean, I feel for Ashley's mom because she's a mother. Like, I feel for her, and I understand, but the thing is you can't just throw someone in the hospital. You know, when she's an adult, you can't just throw her in the hospital. That's not the way it works either. So there's that.
Melodee's disappearance, investigators believe Ashley drove her daughter to Nebraska in a white Chevy Malibu earlier this month, more than 1,070 miles from her current Vandenberg Village home, before returning to California.
We want the public to think back to the 7th to the 14th. Did you see a mom and a daughter in this vehicle?
And honestly, her not cooperating, it does show that she also in my opinion, I'm not a doctor, but that there is some awareness that she knows what she's doing right now. She may have mental health trouble, and it sounds like she certainly does. But the thing is when you're totally mentally out of it, you don't know you're totally mentally out of it. So she's not cooperating. She's trying to get away and all of that. So I don't buy. I have a lot of compassion for Ashley's mom because she's a mother and you don't want to see your kid struggle with anything. But I get that. But when you are mentally out of it, you're not going to completely be uncooperative in all of this. Yes. Yep, Connie. Yep.
Vehicle.
Miranda says she has family as far as Ohio, but does not know anyone in Nebraska. Because this case crosses state lines, the FBI is now assisting.
If we have circumstances that indicate that there was something else criminal that has occurred in the process of that, then, you know, it of course shifts. But as of right now, we are searching for a missing person.
Miranda showed
they're trying to find that white car, I'm sure, and they're trying to do forensic analysis on it through data, the GPS tracking. They're going to clean that car inside and out, from the data to the trunk to the seats, the carpet, everything.
me a gift she wanted to give Melodee on her 9th birthday back in February.
The psychologist that I was seeing said, I said, should I be keeping these things? I keep buying them for her for Christmas and her birthday. She said if you keep them for her, she'll know that when she was gone, you were thinking about her. So that's why I keep them. And sometimes I wonder, am I going nuts, right?
And this was her message to Melodee.
Please tell somebody I'm Melodee Buzzard. My grandma Luna is looking for me. Please call the police.
If you have seen Melodee, Ashley, or the white Chevy Malibu they were seen driving in between October 7th and October 14th, you're asked to contact the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. Investigators are also asking those who know anyone in Nebraska to share images of Melodee in an effort to locate her. In Vandenberg Village, Crystal Bermudez, KSBY News.
Yeah, it's a really sad situation. I feel really bad for.
I'm your community reporter, Crystal Bermudez.
You saw this. This is where.
Do you have the time to speak with me?
This is
Although she did not answer questions about.
This is actually Melodee's half. No, not Melodee's half sister. This is their half sister right here. and she
Melody,
wouldn't
Ashley
talk.
stated she was feeling overwhelmed and stressed and told Karina she did not appreciate her being parked outside when she did not want to communicate with her.
Wait, this is my number right here. If you ever want to talk to me, I want a relationship with Melody, please. Please, Ashley. Is she okay? Are you okay?
Did she mention anything about Melody?
No, she didn't. I did ask her if Melody is okay as well if she's okay, but she did not answer.
She is so adorable. She's so adorable. She may have, Shannon. She may have. You just never know. You never know. You know what I mean? This was today or yesterday. I can't remember. That's the half sister to Ashley.
Good evening, I'm CJ Ward.
And I'm Beth Farnsworth. We are learning more about the extended family of a missing 9-year-old girl from Vandenberg Village.
And News Channel reporter Jared Zinn joins us live. Jared, you spoke with Melodee's paternal grandmother today.
Good evening, Beth and CJ. Yes, that's right. Law enforcement first made contact with Melodee's paternal grandmother last Thursday to inform her that the 9-year-old girl was missing, when her grandmother hadn't seen her in years. When she was 6 months old, Melodee's father died in a motorcycle accident. His name was Rolando Rubiel Pinoy Mesa. His mother, Melodee's paternal grandmother, Lily Dennis, is a sales executive for KEYT and Telemundo.
He was a really good dad, very good son. We used to argue a little bit like every mother, but he was a very good son, loved his daughter.
With a candlelight vigil this Friday, Melodee's family on her father Rubiel's side seeks to keep attention on the case until Melodee is found.
I think everybody's looking where. They'll find her. I just hope in the Lord that they find her soon, because this is a lot of pain for us.
She also has requested that from now on, her missing granddaughter be referred to as Melodee Buzzard Mesa. She tells us sometime after Rubiel died, Melodee had been placed in Lily's custody, but that Ashley went to college taking Melodee with her, and Lily hasn't seen her granddaughter since.
I didn't even know she lived there. She's been hiding from us, especially from me, because I'm the grandma and they gave it to us. So she's always been scared that I'm going to go and just grab her and take her and get a lawyer and fight with her. I don't want to fight.
She is welcoming the whole community to Friday's vigil.
We're going to do a vigil candlelight from prayers for my baby to come home. Please, if you're watching this, come and join us. I really appreciate it. My family will. We're all going to be there. And
Clarabelle is a miracle.
I'm out of town to pray for our baby, so please join us if you can. Thank you.
Santa Barbara County Sheriffs and FBI continue to ask the public's help in locating Melodee, who may have been driven by her mother Ashley as far away as Nebraska. If you have seen Melodee or if you have any information, check our mobile app and website to contact the Sheriff's Criminal Investigations Division, including their anonymous tip line and web link. Live in Vandenberg.
So, it's getting crazy. I look forward to in the morning when we wake up or by tomorrow evening that there will be an arrest. This was, yes, workers. Not answer. They knew she was home, but she had just gotten home. They had just gotten home. Let's see here. Yeah. Wondering if the friend that took Ashley to SN today is a friend that commented on this page. Forgot her name. Let's see here. If there's anything else here. All right. I don't know. Where could she be, y'all? Like, where could she be? They've got to find... I'm sure that they're scrambling right now for cameras from literally California to Nebraska. And they're going to follow the route that she took. How long was she gone? All of that. And Orange County man 34 convicted in parents' housekeeper's red rum. God, there's too many people doing this stuff. But I'm really glad that there was six cops that was watching her.
Under troubling circumstances. School officials flagged her absence last week after she failed to enroll in her independent study program and hadn't been seen in months. Deputies visited the Mars Avenue home and found only her mother, Ashley Buzzard, who offered no explanation for Melodee's disappearance. Investigators say Melodee was with her mother as recently as October 7th and may have been transported hundreds of miles away in a rented white Chevrolet Malibu. Operative man. I'm Vinny Politan. Thank you for joining us tonight here on Closing Arguments. And unfortunately, we have another missing child we're going to talk about tonight. And, you know, through the years, I've noticed a disturbing common theme among mothers of missing children. Let me explain what I mean. Let's start with Lori Vallow Daybell.
Do it.
This is someone who was confronted about her children, and she lied about JJ and Tylee. Just didn't tell the truth about where they were. Made up stories, like literally out of thin air, involving her friends, and we get it. We get it. She lied because they were dead, murdered, and buried in her fifth husband's backyard. I get it why she lied. Then there's that woman from Central Florida, you know who I'm talking about, with the initials CA, had a daughter named Kaylee. Well, she lied all about Kaylee. Didn't tell the truth. Made up a story about Zanny the nanny. Confronted by her own parents, Kaylee's grandparents, and makes up a story, like invents a person who was watching Kaylee for 31 days. Completely.
She turned it back in, but they don't know where it's at now, from what I understand the car was. Has her family in Nebraska said anything? Haven't heard a lot.
Lie? And she lied about other things too.
Looked them up. I know
but lied about where her missing child was.
You and me both, Pam.
Leilani Simon, you may or may not remember her, from Georgia, South Georgia, lied about her son.
Oh, I remember Leilani. I was standing out in front of her yard, honey. I knew all about some Leilani.
Quentin, who's like the cutest kid you've ever seen, made up this story. In the end, it turns out she murdered him, threw him in the garbage, and they had to recover his remains from a landfill. Now, 2 out of those 3 paid for their lies. 1 did not pay for her lies. But that's the way our system works. You've got to prove the case beyond any and all reasonable doubt and convince all 12 jurors. And sometimes prosecutors can't do it. Let's talk now about little Melodee and her mom, Ashley. A little different here. I'm not getting a sense that she is lying about everything. I'm getting a sense that she's just not saying anything.
Yeah, well, yeah, she's not lying about anything right now because she hasn't said nothing. You can't lie if you ain't saying nothing.
She's not cooperating, which is an interesting tact when you have a missing child that you are solely responsible for. The child's nowhere to be found and you're not saying anything. Well, let's dive into this story. Here's what we have from the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. Through their investigation, detectives have gathered evidence indicating that Melodee was with her mother, Ashley, as recently as October 7th of this year. Detectives have also determined that Ashley may have driven with Melodee in a white Chevy Malibu. This is important, okay, for folks who may be able to help in this case. License plate number 9MNG101 to locations out of their home county of Santa Barbara County in California, to include as far as the state of Nebraska. So if you live anywhere between Nebraska and Santa Barbara County, need to pay attention. You might be able to help this at this point. At this point in the investigation, Ashley Buzzard remains uncooperative and has not provided detectives with any information about Melodee's current location or condition. The primary goal of this investigation is to verify the location and welfare of Melodee Buzzard and to ensure that she is safe. But mom is saying nothing, which is absolutely bizarre. Well, let's get some more details and some more information. And joining us tonight in Santa Barbara County from our Scripps News Group, reporter Crystal Bermudez, who's been covering this story more in depth than anyone else. So, Crystal, I'm so glad that you're able to join us tonight. We appreciate your time. Let's start here because this is the first time we're doing this story for folks. How about some background about Melodee, her mom, Ashley, their living arrangements, and any information about Melodee's dad?
Yeah, Vinny. Well, just to start us off, I've been in contact with spokesperson Raquel Zick with the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Department. She did confirm with me that when they looked into the home, that home is under Ashley Buzzard and Melodee Buzzard. So they do live together. There's no indication of anyone else living there. However, the more I am piecing more information.
Yeah, they put sardines out in the yard. They put cow manure out in the yard thinking they was going to get rid of us. No, didn't get rid of us. You know what's sad? I'm just now thinking about that, Grandma. They threw sardines and stuff at us whenever, you know, trying to get us this to smell bad. Had dead fish heads and stuff like that. And I guess they couldn't. Why would we be any more special whenever Quentin Simon was in the fucking landfill full of everything and more? I never thought of it like that until just now. What an evil. Throw fish heads at me all day and cow shit. I'll just sling it back at you.
I'm seeing that neighbors are noticing a common theme here, right? That the little girl was often seen home and sheltered and didn't really get the opportunity to play with other kids on the block. I'm not that far away right now. I'm about 5 minutes away from the Vandenberg Village home. But from what I'm hearing from spokesperson Raquel Zick, who has been, again, communicating with me about the whereabouts of Melodee, it seems like at this point, we were able to get confirmation because of that prolonged absence that the school district had brought attention to, right? That they hadn't seen Melodee for quite some time. So originally during this investigation, it had been a year long that we didn't know in that timeline of where Melodee's whereabouts were. Then that narrowed down to August of 2025. And now with our recent update, the one that you just read there, Vinny, they're now narrowing this down between October 7th through October 14th, which investigators tell me this is really helpful in, again, locating Melodee Buzzard and pleading the public to use the information that they're sharing. Have you seen this woman with a child in that white Chevy Malibu any time between that time frame of October 7th through October 14th? And again, when you think about how far Nebraska is from Vandenberg Village here in Santa Barbara County, that's about a 20-hour drive. So if anyone has information, spread those photos around to see if anyone has had the opportunity or chance to locate Melodee and that pathway between.
So if she went the 7th, October 7th to Nebraska, and again, I don't know when she came back, but if she didn't go visit anybody, or even if she did visit somebody, it seems like, in my opinion, this might have been premeditated. Whatever she was doing. They gave her 72 hours, Cassie. I think it ends in the morning. Right, Nancy, yeah.
Here in Nebraska. I'm actually parked right now outside of a gas station, and while I was driving around, there's photos everywhere, flyers that says, "Can you help locate Melodee Buzzard?" So the community here is really coming together and trying to spread that word around to help locate her.
And how about Melodee's dad?
I don't think she's going to be alive, Nancy. I don't. I really hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see it. I don't see it. There is too much of a past there with CPS and kids taken away in the past. Almost got Melanie taken away in the past. The homeschooling. She is so cute. She's got the cutest little underbite too, and she smiles. She's so cute. She really is. Oh man. She was taken. If mom is mentally ill, maybe she's somewhere online that would protect her or something. That's what we want to think, right? That's what we want to think, and that's what we pray for. Someone was mentioning is it, sorry, I can't think of her name right now. Ava in Canada, where they found her in the field. Now, mom left her there. Remember that? Just this summer. Mom was Clarabelle. Thank you. So, could it be something like that? Well, if she's out if she was like mom left her out somewhere like this and nobody has called in or found her, well, then she would probably be deceased. Right. Yeah, Mirror Jam. I know a lot of people doesn't like speak on her or whatever, but I covered it, so slim chance, but that would be a miracle. Yeah, it would be. They deemed the mom mentally ill or something in Canada. She was the one that had the little dog. Yeah. Yep. Hold on one second. It was confirmed by aunt that she was taken and given to family until CPS came and took her back and said she was being adopted, then ended up with the mom again somehow. Yes. Yep. I've heard that. Oh, really? Well, hey, Joe. What I don't get is how the police can go to her house and ask where the child is, and she just say she doesn't know. Well, after tomorrow, she can't say that. Tomorrow, she either gives an answer or she goes to jail. Faye, I understand. I mean, Leilani and her brother are in prison for murder. Both of your kids murdered. It's crazy. Guys, I am going to end it here. I've got to be up at 5:30 in the morning. Fun times. How does someone just not know where their child is? She knows where listen, if you don't know where your child is, you look. That goes for Malaya. That goes for this broad. What's her name? I can't think of her name right now. Ashley. Goes for all of them. I don't think so, Blueberry. No, I think she's probably off of her medicine, or she's unregulated somehow or something like that. Justin, our sun rises at 4 a.m. here. So do all the loud Australian birds. Oh, I want to go to I want to see Australia so bad. I've been all over the world. I've just never been to Australia. It's so far. God, it's so far. Even in an aircraft, it's like, it's a lot of Pacific Ocean. It's crazy. Yeah, I want to, like, if you go to India and stuff, India, Pakistan, any place like that, like, you see there's birds everywhere. Birds everywhere. And like in the United States, we don't have that. There's little birds, but they're not everywhere. In other parts of the world, they are everywhere. And they're squawking like parrots. That would be so cool. You know, like the Indian ringnecks that we call them Indian ringnecks. They're called Indian parakeets there or something like that. They're everywhere there. Everywhere. I can't stand when the birds starts serving in the morning. Like making sounds. Thank you, Meredith. I've been there, Cassie. I've had a bird just crap right on my shoulders before. Get her one, Grandma. Australia and Ireland are on my bucket list. I've been to Ireland. Been to Scotland. All of those places. But I've never been to Australia. I think she meant chirping, yeah. I love the birds chirping. Joe, it's not that bad. It's a lot of media portrays it as you just if you know people, Joe, it's not bad. And also, you just pay someone. You just pay a couple guards. So I stayed on a military base when I was there. I've always been a night owl. So when the birds start chirping, I know it's the sun's going to be out soon. Yeah. Yeah, the birds know before the sun comes up. Yes, Sadie. Roosters. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. We're going to stay on top of this. I appreciate you. I'll probably be a little maybe earlier tomorrow. My labs were a little bit later today. I'll be earlier tomorrow. We'll be talking about Jack and Lily, and if anything happens in these two cases, I'll let you guys know. Let's pray that little Melodee is found safe and sound soon, and at least answers. Love you guys. God bless you, and good night.